Hello, and a very warm welcome to all of you from the English Story Nook. We are so glad you have joined us today for another story. Today, we're diving into a story about how two people from different parts of the world find connection in a new country. Get ready to discover a modern love story that unfolds through text messages and explores the challenges and beauty of building a relationship across cultures. Before we begin, if you enjoy our stories and want to support what we do, please give this video a like and subscribe to the English Story Nook. If you'd like to help us even more, you can consider buying us a coffee. The link is in the description below. Every bit of support helps us create more content for wonderful English learners like you. And now, let's get to our story. Our chat history is my love story. The fluorescent lights of the immigration office hummed a monotonous tune, a stark soundtrack to Nesria's anxieties. She clutched her phone, a sleek black portal, to a world she'd left behind in Lagos, a world of familiar sights and sounds, of family and friends who understood her without the need for translation. Here, in this sterile, unwelcoming room, in a sprawling American city, she was an island of solitude. Her gaze drifted across the sea of faces, landing on a man whose laughter cut through the oppressive silence. He was Juan Daniel John, a graphic designer from Bogotá, and his English flowed with an easy, confident rhythm that made Mjisa's own halting attempts feel like a clumsy dance. He was all vibrant energy and effortless charm, a stark contrast to her own quiet reservation. A sudden, unintelligible announcement crackled over the intercom, followed by a collective groan from the waiting crowd. The delay, it seemed, was indefinite. It was in this shared moment of frustration that Juan caught her eye, a wry smile playing on his lips. He said something in Spanish, then quickly switched to English, his words a charming, melodic apology for his assumption. Mjis, surprised by his directness, managed a shy smile. Their first conversation was a patchwork of broken English, exaggerated gestures, and the ever-present glow of translation apps. Yet, amidst the linguistic chaos, a spark ignited, a flicker of understanding that transcended words. They exchanged numbers, a modern-day promise whispered in the digital ether. Their first date was a virtual one, a pixelated encounter that was both awkward and endearing. They navigated the treacherous terrain of small talk, their conversations punctuated by the occasional mistranslation and the resulting bursts of laughter. They spoke of their past lives, of the dreams that had propelled them across continents, and of the daily struggles of adapting to a new culture. The digital space, once a symbol of her isolation, became their sanctuary, a place where vulnerability was not a weakness, but a bridge. Their daily texts and late-night video calls became the cornerstone of their burgeoning relationship, a digital love story unfolding one message at a time. The playful badinage that filled their chat history was a testament to their growing affection, a language all their own. The honeymoon phase, however, was as ephemeral as a shooting star. Mjis's architectural firm, Solid Fluidus Weich Throughput, a company with a reputation for chewing up and spitting out its employees, assigned her a project of monumental proportions. The deadline was a looming specter, and the pressure was a physical weight on her shoulders. She began to abnegate her personal life, sacrificing their late-night calls for sleepless nights hunched over blueprints, the soft glow of her laptop replacing the warmth of Juan's pixelated smile. The easy badinage of their texts dwindled, replaced by short, perfunctory messages. Juan, ever perceptive, sensed her distress. He didn't press her with questions or demands. Instead, he appeared at her doorstep one evening, a fragrant, home-cooked Colombian meal in hand. He didn't ask her to talk. He simply created a space for her to breathe, to exist outside the suffocating confines of her work. This simple act of kindness was a turning point. His realized, with a pang of guilt, that in her relentless pursuit of professional success, she had begun to abnegate her own happiness. She opened up to him then, the words tumbling out in a torrent of fear and insecurity. Their bond deepened, moving beyond the digital realm into a more tangible, emotional connection. But as their love story blossomed, so too did the weeds of cultural misunderstanding. A seemingly innocuous comment, a playful jab that would have been laughed off in another context, became a source of tension. The digital wall between them, once a symbol of their connection, now felt like an insurmountable barrier. The silence that followed was heavy with unspoken words, with the weight of their different worlds. The ephemeral nature of their connection, once a source of excitement, now felt like a terrifying premonition. Heartbroken, Mhiz confided in her friend and coworker, Kamala Yusuf. Kamala, a woman whose wisdom was as vast as her compassion, had navigated her own cross-cultural relationship. "Love is a language of its own," she told Mhiz, "but it still needs a dictionary." Inspired, Ms. embarked on a new project, one that had nothing to do with blueprints and everything to do with building a bridge back to Juan. She created a shared digital dictionary, a collection of words, phrases, and cultural references that had become lost in translation. It was an act of profound vulnerability, a testament to her willingness to learn his language, both literally and figuratively. Just as they found their footing, their love story took another capricious turn. Juan's visa renewal was denied, a seemingly arbitrary decision by the faceless bureaucracy of the immigration system. The threat of deportation loomed, a dark cloud that threatened to eclipse their hard-won happiness. The digital connection that had once been their lifeline now felt fragile, a gossamer thread that could be severed at any moment. The capricious nature of fate had dealt them a cruel blow. But the Mhiz who faced this new crisis was not the same timid woman who had huddled in the corner of the immigration office. She was a woman who had learned to fight for what she loved. She channeled her architectural skills into a new kind of design, a powerful presentation for Juan's appeal. It was a visual narrative of his life in America, of his contributions to his community, of the love that had taken root in this foreign soil. And at the heart of it all was their chat history, a sprawling, incontrovertible testament to their love story. At the appeal hearing, she spoke with a newfound confidence, her voice clear and strong. She presented their story not as a plea for pity, but as an incontrovertible fact. Their love was real, and it deserved a chance to flourish. The verdict came, and with it, a wave of relief that washed over them both. Juan's visa was granted. They celebrated not with a grand gesture, but with a quiet evening at home, their phones set aside. They communicated in a language that was uniquely their own, a blend of English, Spanish, and the unspoken understanding that comes from shared experience. They scrolled through the King Searshome, Bert's chat history, no longer a relic of the past, but the foundation of their future, a love story written in the digital age. They had faced the capricious whims of fate and emerged stronger, their love an incontrovertible truth in a world of uncertainty. And that's the end of our story for today. We hope you enjoyed it. In your experience, what is the most important part of good communication? We would love to read your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to check the description box for helpful resources to continue your practice. Liking the video if you enjoyed it also helps us a lot. Thank you for joining us at the English Story Nook. Keep practicing, stay curious, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Happy learning, and goodbye for now.